I was so shocked.
Really?
I don't know what to react.
Xin chào! Mabuhay! This is Teacher Jean, Filipino teacher here in Vietnam. And nandito na naman tayo sa isang video with another teacher. Meet Sir Christian from... Saan po kayo sa Philippines, sir?
I'm from Butuan City in Agusan del Norte.
Mga taga-Agusan. Mindanao ba yun, sir?
From Mindanao.
Ay,
yes.
shala. Mindanao, kaway-kawa.
Hello sa mga taga Mindanao. If you're watching this one, please like and subscribe.
In this video, teachers, pag-uusapan namin yung main differences about center, public schools, and then international schools. Since si Sir Christian ay, lahat yun na-experience. Chris, ready na po ba kayo?
Yes.
Yan, laman.
Ready. So, always ready.
Ay, gusto yan. Okay, sir. Question number 1 po. What inspired you to become a teacher?
What inspired me to become a teacher? Siguro, my high school teacher. Yes, she was my Araling Panlipunan teacher when I was in 4th year high school, and she inspired me to become a teacher kasi super galing niya magturo ng Araling Panlipunan, and she was the reason why I took social science as my major when I went to the university.
Schools. What can you say about the main differences about the 3 institutions?
Actually, teaching at public schools, language centers, at saka my recent work sa international school, there are significant differences talaga. Like, say for example, sa public school, there are no preparations. Yes, like materials are provided, lesson plans are provided, so you're just gonna follow the lesson plan na provide nila sa'yo. Whereas sa international schools naman, you will be the one to make your own lesson plan, yes. So sa mga nagbabalak mag-work sa international schools, so i-ready nyo na yung
Napakadaming paperwork.
yes.
Tama ba, sir?
Prepare yourself, brace yourself for the paper.
So paperwork naman, sir, comparing to the Philippines, mas masabi niyo po bang mas marami yung paperwork natin sa Pinas or here in Vietnam?
Significantly mas marami sa Philippines compared sa international schools dito sa Vietnam. Sa international school, pag gagawa ka ng lesson ng say for example, if you're gonna make your own exam, there's no need na ng TOS. Yes. Unlike sa Philippines, 'di ba, na may mga TOS pa, you need to balance the hots and the lots. Dito wala. Like, you're just gonna make your questions and submit it to the principal for his approval. Kung wala nang mga babaguhin, then you can use that one for the test.
Language centers, sir, paperworks.
Paperworks at language centers. Well, I taught at HP English Homestay.
Nako.
And I think wala namang masyadong paperworks dito, diba? Like, siguro they will ask you to give feedback sa mga estudyante, especially after the speaking test. Since sa language center, there are speaking tests, right?
Yeah.
And after the test, you need to give feedback for each of your students. So, yun lang, I guess. Yun lang na-experience ko dito. Apart from that, wala na. You try.
Yeah.
Punta kayo doon. Maganda yan.
Try lang naman na, try, no?
Try
How
and
about,
try.
sir, in terms of main responsibilities sa tatlong institutions na nabanggit earlier?
At international schools, you really need to be, like, focus on the students. Kasi nga, like me, in my previous school, I handled grade 5 and grade 11 students. So, it means that since dalawa lang yung yung classes na handle ko, so ang expectation ng principal is dapat alam ko, kilala ko yung mga estudyante ko, alam ko yung weaknesses nila, alam ko yung strengths nila. Kasi may mga may mga meeting din tinatanong kami na, okay, itong estudyanteng to, what are his or her weakness and strengths and weaknesses. So, dapat ma-represent mo yan sa kanila, at saka dapat may evidence ka din na, ito yung score niya, ito yung test result niya. So, every time na may meeting, you need to bring everything para kung tatanungin ka nila, may
May
panglaban ka.
response
Oo.
True.
So, ayun, parang focus ka talaga sa mga estudyante mo. Sa public school naman, wala. Kasi pupunta ka lang doon. Like, I experienced teaching at public schools here in Haiphong.
Mhm.
Like, we just meet the students once a week. So, paano mo naman sila mafofocusan isa-isa? Imagine, there are 40 students in the class. So, paano mo sila makikilala? Paano mo malalaman yung needs nila? Kung ganung time lang yung
Nilaan sa inyong
nilaan.
klase.
Oo. Tapos 40 minutes lang or 35 minutes. So, it's very impossible talaga na malalaman mo kung saan sila mahina, saan sila magaling. Unlike sa international school, everyday ko sila nami-meet, everyday ko sila nakikita. Tas 1 hour and 30 minutes yung ko sa kanila
Class.
time. So, mapagtutuunan ko talaga ng pansin. So, yun yung kaibahan. I think same sa language centers din kasi konti lang yung mga students. So, you can talaga really pay attention to each and every student that you have. Yun.
Which institution is the most challenging upon your
The
experience?
most challenging? When it comes to workloads, I would say international schools.
Mhm.
Like, not workloads aside from teaching. Yung parang mga paper, mga
Yeah.
test,
Ah.
mga grades. Ikaw pa mag-check ng mga papers nila. So when it comes to extra workloads apart from teaching, I would say, mas mabigat sa international schools. Sa public school naman, walang test na i-check mo. You don't grade the students. So turo ka lang talaga. But when it comes to teaching, I would say mas magaan sa international school kasi dalawang klase ka lang. Then sila lang yung mga estudyante mo. So, makikilala mo talaga sila, makakapagpalagayan mo ng loob, and then at the same time, magiging close sila sa'yo. Parang yung respect talaga. I-respect ka talaga nila as a teacher kasi everyday ka nila nakikita. Unlike sa public schools na once a week ka lang nila nakikita, hindi ka nila kilala, hindi nga nila alam pangalan mo. So,
Basta English teacher lang, no?
He's my English teacher, yeah.
That's
He's from
it.
the Philippines. Yun lang alam nila, like, they don't know you, you don't know them. So, ayun. Para sa akin, if you want to develop like strong relationship with students here in Vietnam, I would rather lean towards international schools kasi talaga, makikilala mo talaga sila, ma-friend mo sila, or malalaman mo talaga yung mga needs nila as learners. Whereas sa public schools, wala. Like, you just go there, teach,
And then
tapos.
that's it.
Yes.
Routinary.
Mm.
How about, sir, in terms of students naman, what can you say about the differences of the students in language center, public schools, and international schools?
Okay, so...
With all honesty to sir.
Okay, I'm not gonna
Drop it.
sugarcoat. I'm not gonna sugarcoat my answer for this question. Worst talaga yung mga estudyante sa public schools sa Vietnam. I experienced disrespected
Mhm.
by the students at public schools. Yeah, like they will come to you, tapos middle finger up. And then
Are
the
these
F
students po
word.
elementary or high school?
They're grade 6. So in
Ah.
Vietnam, they are considered to be as secondary
Grade six
students.
students, yeah.
Yes. So ayun, there was once an incident where a student at public school came to me on my table, and then she said, she's a girl. Imagine she's a girl. She came to me and she said, teacher, the F word plus the middle finger. I was so shocked. I don't know what to react. Parang, okay, what should I respond to that? Ano na lang, since you're a teacher, so dapat mataas yung patience mo.
talaga.
So I just smiled. So napaka-challenging talaga magturo sa public schools. Like, if weak ka na teacher, you're gonna end up crying and walking out every day.
Talagang
Oo,
unexpected din sa kanilang
Yes.
atake.
And
International students, sir,
at
paano
international
naman
schools naman, they are the students na may class,
yun? Mhm.
my grading, proper grading. I would say that they're the best. My students at an international school in Nha Trang, They were the best students
That you had.
yes, that I ever had in Vietnam because they're very respectful. At first, I thought that probably our words sila, you know what I mean? Since it's an international school and I'm not
Native
yes,
speaker.
I'm not a native speaker. I'm not a foreign looking person. I look like them. I look like a Vietnamese.
Exactly,
So,
no? Talagang nagkakaano din dyan.
yes, that was my biggest fear na maybe hindi nila ako matatanggap since ganito nga ako, hindi ako native speaker. It's a given naman na dito sa mga Asian countries, they have that perception na if you are native, it means okay,
You're
magaling
better.
ka,
Yeah.
you're very good, you're very adept. But one thing that they don't know, hindi lahat ng
Native
Oo,
speakers.
diba? May mga ano naman talaga na, wala lang. So I was very happy when I met them. Tapos, they were so friendly towards me. They were so caring. So I'm like, oh, I didn't experience this when I was in Haiphong, when I was teaching at public schools and even at language centers. So, nanibago ako. Kaya, masasabi ko talaga na at international schools, students are the best. Disclaimer based on my experience.
True yan. Kasi baka din naman i-assume ng mga teachers na
Oo.
sabihin, Sir Chris, why naman gano'n? Nagturo din kami sa international
Oo.
schools pero hindi naman
But-
ganyan
but ang
experience
ganda
ko.
ng experience namin. Oo.
Diba? So, yun din teachers, no? Do kailangan tandaan nyo rin po yun na not all experiences that being shared here could cater to everybody. So, kanya-kanya din po yan. So, how about naman, Sir Chris, in terms of teacher, ano po ba yung mga requirements na kinakailangan in terms of sa pag-apply ng international schools? Kailangan po ba talaga na English major kayo? Or may master's degree? License po ba? Ano po ba yung mga ano dun?
Well, when I applied sa Nachang, sa international school sa Nachang, they just asked me for my degree. It doesn't matter if English related yung major ko. It doesn't matter if my master's degree ako since they didn't ask for it. They just asked for my bachelor's degree. And here's one thing in Natran, kasi in Vietnam, iba-iba sila ng policies when it comes to getting work permits and working visa. So they asked me if I had an experience teaching English for 3 years. That's what they asked me.
It's a long
At
time.
first, I wasn't able to provide like
Certificate of
yes, a
Employment.
COE na nagsistate na I worked as an English teacher for 3 years. So they told me, before we can get you a work permit, so you need to provide us first a COE with
To state
3
na
years that I taught English for 3 years. So what I did was I asked my previous school in the Philippines to give me
A COE.
a COE na dapat stipulate nila doon na I worked as an English teacher for 3 years, even though I didn't.
Good
Kasi,
thing, nakipag-cooperate
yeah.
din ng school.
Yeah, that's the best thing about my previous school in the Philippines. So, ayun yung hiningi nila sa akin. While ngayon, umalis ako doon na school, lumipat ako sa bagong school sa Hanoi, they asked for my first is degree, bachelor's degree in education, of course. It doesn't matter if you are English or social science. Kasi ang ituturo ko naman dun sa new school ko is social science.
Oh,
Good
congratulations, sir.
thing.
In-apply
Align
ng
na
kanyang
sa-
major. And
Yes.
then,
And then, they also asked for my master's degree if I do have. Kasi that school, they really care about PD or professional
professional
development.
development.
Yes. So that's a big deal for them. So when I told them that I'm currently taking my master's degree, so that's like additional point to my
Advantage.
application. Yes. So I told them that I'm currently taking my MA in English and I'm gonna be graduating
this year.
hopefully.
Congratulations, sir.
So, ayun yung hiningi nila plus experiences. And then siguro one thing na nakatulong yung naka-experience ako ng nagturo sa international school sa Nyatsang. Though, it's just short-lived kasi 6 months lang. So, I think may naitulong din yun, I guess. And some like TESOL or C1, mga ganun-ganun. Kasi need din yun pag kumuha kayo ng work permit ata dito sa Vietnam. So, yun yung hiningi nila. But if you are really aiming to teach at international schools, especially in Hanoi, if you want to teach English, you need to have a degree in English. Kasi yun yung naririnig ko din sa iba. And then, plus points if you have master's degree. Or even if you're still currently taking master's degree, that's also an advantage. So yun. Plus, interview. Your answers are it's a big factor for your employability. May word ba na ganun? Yes,
Kung lalaban mo talaga yung mo, no?
That's like a big factor. Kaya if they interview you, you need to
step up the game talaga.
Magsinungaling kayo.
Magsisinungaling pa.
Though honesty is the best policy, pero if you really want to get the job,
diba? Reality din naman talaga.
Anuhin mo.
Ibenta mo ng sobra yung sarili mo. Upsell ka talaga ng
Sell yourself the hard way.
How about, sir, the biggest question and the juiciest one for this video? Salary-wise, sir, saan pinaka-satisfying ang salary ng mga kuha nyo?
International schools, of course. At international schools, they have a lot of benefits, especially if you are a full-time teacher there. So first, salary-wise, mas malaki siya compared sa language centers at public schools. Plus, they will give you a premium healthcare. So, ayun. Social security insurance. Para pag nawalan ka ng work, you can claim your insurance. You'll pay tax. So, I guess may tax return at the end of the year. And then, housing allowance. For some schools, they offer housing allowance. Yung iba naman, nagbibigay lang sila ng certain amount for your housing allowance. And then, you have paid leaves. Yes. And then, sa summer, pag wala kayong klase, bibigyan nila kayo ng, may sahod pa din kayo. Yes. So, salary-wise, mas malaki talaga sa international schools. So, if you wanna come to Vietnam and you wanna work, aim for international schools. Pero kung wala naman pa, don't be choosy naman. Like, some teachers na wala pang experience talaga sa Vietnam, they wanna come here and agad-agad magturo sa international schools. I'm not really sure if that's possible. Pero possible naman siya, but again, kung
mas
walang...
slim yung chances na, sir. Since, kasi yung labanan din dito is parang kung meron ka namang experience na pagtuturo sa mismo sa Vietnam.
Yes.
Diba?
So, the more experience you have in Vietnam,
the better.
Yeah, the better chance for you to be absorbed at international schools. Because that's like the biggest factor. Yes.
And last question, sir, is ano po yung mabibigyan niyo na advice for those aspiring teachers who would like to teach in Vietnam?
For those aspiring teachers, especially those teachers in the Philippines, na if you are planning to come here to Vietnam and work as a teacher, this is like the most important thing that you need to do first. Not all naman, but there are some language centers who are, notoriously scamming teachers. So, kilalanin nyo yung employer nyo. Know the center. Yes. Know the center first. Wag lang yung may job offer, tapos tinanggap mo na agad kasi atat na atat ka nang makalabas ng Pinas. No, don't do that. Kasi ipapahamak mo lang sarili mo. What if that center will scam you? So that's the biggest and the most important thing that you need to do. Do your research. Magtanong kayo sa mga Filipino groups about this particular center. And then, yun. And then the next one is know your worth. Don't accept mababang offer. Like 1,000 USD and below. 700, 800. Some centers are offering that to Filipino teachers because they think that tayo mga Filipino, like...
We're willing to accept the job.
Yes,
diba?
we are willing to accept that kind of amount kasi nga, ang feeling nila, ito nga, truth be told, feeling talaga nila, mga Pilipino, naghihikahos. So, since mga Filipino naghihikahos, okay, offeran ko to ng 600, tatanggapin to kasi may binubuhay tong pamilya sa Pinas, hindi to pwedeng mawala ng work. Yun yung mindset ng ibang employer. So, kaya ang binibigay nilang
Is
salary
lower than
low. Kasi alam nila may kakagat at kakagat. But if you know your worth naman, kung alam mo naman sa sarili mo na you're worth
don't deserve.
more than that, so wag mo yung tanggapin. Kasi nakaka-apekto din yan collectively sa sa mga teachers.
Yeah.
At sa mga padating pang teachers, katulad ng nangyayari sa ibang bansa na some teachers are accepting low salary, so parang naging trend na siya na lahat ng employers ganun lang ginagawa. So, ayun, salary, consider that one. Huwag kayong tumanggap ng mababa. And third one, prepare yourself.
Talagang yun lang.
Yung
Brace yourself.
brace yourself.
For the experience.
Do not, ito yung pinakamalaking mali ko na nagawa dito sa Vietnam. Kino-compare ko yung work ko sa Pinas at dito. Kung nandito na kayo sa Vietnam, kalimutan nyo na yung mga experiences nyo sa Pinas. Kasi sariling sistema dito na dapat mong i-adopt. So, ayun, like, forget everything that na alam mo na sistema sa Pilipinas, hindi yun ma-apply
Applicable
dito.
dito.
Oo, like 100% ma-apply mo talaga. So, ayun lang. Be open-minded at saka magtanong kayo. Ask questions, do your research, and more importantly, know your worth.
So yun, thank you so much Sir Chris. I hope teachers marami kayong natutunan kay Sir Christian about the experiences, mainly about yung differences ng pagtuturo sa mga language centers, public schools, and then international schools. So yun lang po, and sa susunod ulit. Thank you teachers. Bye!
Goodbye!